Welcome to PMC English, my dear friends. Hi, hello, namaste, sat shri akal, adab. And a big warm welcome to all of you to PMC English. And especially to Spiritual Glossary episodes, where we are in an ocean of words, trying to understand, trying to grasp each and every word and trying to understand them. And today's word is something which we all do. What do we do when we meet? When two persons meet, what do? We try to talk to each other. We try to relate to each other. Most importantly, we try to communicate with each other. We try to communicate with our body, with our gestures, with our signals, with our eyebrows, with our eyes, with our verbal abilities, with our energies, with our vibrations, with our frequencies. We try to communicate. So today's word for the spiritual glossary is called communication, my dear friends. So let us start learning about the word called communication. Here it goes, my dear friends. Communication is an act of soul infusion. Communication is contact between the inner guide and the human soul, or between two human souls who are in contact with their inner guides. And people who have a close relationship with each other think they have communication with each other. They may read spiritual books and attend lectures, but their souls are far apart from each other if they do not have soul contact. In true striving, after you have had contact with yourself or with the self of the universe, you have communication. You have some kind of understanding with that space, with that self, with that God, with that Christ, and with that infinite wisdom. Communication is a dialogue between the greater self and yourself. Higher communication, my dear friends, is achieved when people dedicate their lives to a great cause for humanity. And communication among people deepens when they are dedicated to the service of a common cause. And also, we need to understand that communication is progressive interest in each other's vision and service. Let me repeat that sentence for you, my dear friends. Communication is progressive interest in each other's vision and service. For good communication, it is important not to flatter others. Another important point in communication is to emphasize principles in your conversations rather than people. And in communication, we have a response that carries with a high voltage sense of responsibility and clear knowledge of the motives and goals of the communicants. Communication means to be at one with the needs and visions of the three great centers: humanity, hierarchy, and Shambhala. And in the subjective world, speech is not used. Communication is through thought waves. And what is the center of communication, my dear friends? We have understood about communication. Now, what is the center of communication? The center of communication is the soul. One must have contact with the soul to be able to build communication lines between himself and others. So that is today's word for today's episode of Spiritual Glossary, my dear friends. I hope we all learned a little bit more about communication and what it means. A broader perspective of the word called communication, my dear friends. And this particular word has been taken from the books called as Challenge for Discipleship, The Psyche and Psychism, The Symphony of the Zodiac, The Spring of Prosperity, The Fiery Carriage and Drugs, and Sex, Family, and the Woman in Society, my dear friends. All these books must be read to understand more and more about such words, my dear friends. So I hope we all learned about communication, and let's all communicate with each other with co-measurement. Thank you all, my dear friends, for joining me in yet another beautiful episode of Spiritual Glossary. And today we learned about communication. I'll see you again next time. Till then, take care of yourself, meditate, read some books, and share your experiences with each other. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share PMC English. Namaste.